The power of a positive mindset on your health. Ladies and gentlemen, today, I want you to understand something so powerful, yet so often overlooked, the incredible connection between your mindset and your health. I'm not talking about wishful thinking or feel good fluff. I'm talking about a real force, your thoughts, your emotions, your attitude, shaping the very state of your body. You see, your mind is the command center of your life. It sends instructions to your body every single second. When you're angry, fearful, or stressed, your body reacts, your heart races, your blood pressure spikes, your immune system weakens. That's not just emotion, it's biology. But here's the good news, the opposite is also true. A positive mindset, filled with hope, gratitude, and purpose, can heal, it can calm your heart, it can strengthen your immunity, it can help you sleep better, move better, live better. Science backs it, but beyond that, life proves it. Ever notice how people who carry joy seem to recover faster, how those who laugh, even in pain, somehow outlive the odds? That's no accident, that's the mind in action. But let me tell you, this isn't about ignoring problems. No, it's about choosing your response. It's about training your mind to see beyond the storm, not because you're in denial, but because you're determined. You've got to guard your mind like a fortress. Don't let negativity camp out there. Don't feed fear. Don't water doubt. Choose thoughts that build, not break. Choose words that lift, not limit. And when life gets tough, and it will, you don't crumble. You rise, not because it's easy, but because your mind is trained for resilience. You've got health to protect. You've got a purpose to fulfill. So today, choose to think higher, speak life, smile more. Forgive faster, walk in gratitude, because the moment you shift your mind, you shift your body, and when that happens, you're not just existing, you're thriving. Remember, a positive mind isn't just a happy thought. It's a healing force. Here are 5 points for this topic. 1. Your thoughts directly impact your physical health. 2. Stress and negativity weaken the body while positivity strengthens it. 3. A hopeful mindset promotes healing and resilience. 4. Gratitude and optimism improve sleep, immunity, and energy. 5. Training your mind is the first step to transforming your health. 1. Your thoughts directly impact your physical health. This isn't just a feel-good idea. It's a truth rooted in both science and experience. Every single thought you entertain sends a message to your body. Think about that. When you worry, when you're afraid, when you replay painful memories or imagine worst-case scenarios, your body reacts as if those things are happening right now. Your brain can't always tell the difference between what's real and what's imagined, so when you're constantly feeding your mind with stress, your body answers with tension, shallow breathing, tight muscles, and a flood of stress hormones like cortisol. Over time, that kind of internal storm wears down your immune system. It messes with your digestion, it disrupts your sleep, it even raises your risk for things like heart disease, diabetes, and high blood pressure. That's not just happening out there to someone else. It's happening in real time inside the body of anyone who lives in that mental space too long. Now, let's flip the switch. When you begin to shift your thinking, when you focus on things you can control, when you replace fear with faith, when you speak words of possibility instead of defeat, your body starts to follow a different rhythm. Your breathing becomes deeper, your heartbeat steadies, your muscles loosen, your immune system, no longer under constant attack, begins to rebuild, cells regenerate, sleep comes easier, energy rises. You're not just thinking positive, you're creating a healthier inner world that supports healing instead of blocking it. What we allow to dominate our thinking becomes the atmosphere our body must live in. Imagine a seed planted in poisoned soil. It doesn't matter how much potential that seed has, it won't thrive. The same goes for your body. If your thoughts are toxic, the internal environment becomes hostile, and your health suffers. But when you nourish your mind with empowering, hopeful, clear, and calming thoughts. You create the right conditions for that seed, your body, to flourish. This is not about pretending everything is perfect. Life throws real problems at us, but the key is how we meet them. Do we meet them with panic or with poise? Do we feed them with our energy, or do we stand firm with the power of focused thought? People often underestimate the mind-body connection because thoughts feel invisible. But invisible doesn't mean powerless. Just like gravity, you can't see it, but you feel its effects every moment. The same goes for your mindset. The way you think, speak, and interpret your life determines how your body experiences each day. And the pattern of those days, that's your health. It's easy to say, well, it's just stress. But stress isn't just in your head. It lives in your gut, in your blood pressure, in your sleep patterns, in how fast you age. The moment you truly understand that, you begin to see that managing your thoughts isn't optional. It's essential. You can't eat kale, exercise daily, and still think toxic thoughts and expect full wellness. The mind has to be in the game. It has to lead the charge. When your mind is aligned with peace, with strength, with belief that you are capable and worthy of healing, then the body begins to listen. The cells shift, the chemistry changes, healing becomes not just possible but probable. This is why mindset must be seen not just as a motivational idea but as a foundational pillar of health. It is the control center of every system in your body. So, what you think consistently and deeply is what you tell your body to become. 2. Stress and negativity weaken the body while positivity strengthens it. It's a truth we often ignore because we're used to thinking of emotions as just mental experiences. But emotions are deeply physical. When you carry stress around like a shadow, it doesn't just sit in your mind. It flows through your bloodstream. It changes your heartbeat, your digestion, your hormone levels. Your muscles tighten, your immune system slows down, and inflammation starts to rise. All of this is the body responding to what it perceives as danger, and the more often you live in that state, the more damage is done quietly over time. People who live with constant stress or carry bitterness, anger, or fear often find themselves battling chronic fatigue, stomach issues, tension headaches, and even serious illnesses. It's not magic. It's the body's way of saying, I can't keep up with this pressure. Negativity, especially when it becomes a habit, is like feeding your body slow poison. Think about it. If every day you're telling yourself you're not enough, that things won't work out, that life is unfair, then your body absorbs that hopelessness. It doesn't stand tall, it slumps, your breathing becomes shallow. Your energy dips, your motivation disappears, and the worst part, you start to believe the very story that's hurting you. That belief turns into behavior, and behavior shapes your reality. It's a cycle, and unless it's interrupted, it just goes on repeating. Now, when positivity enters the picture, everything starts to shift. Positivity doesn't mean pretending life is perfect or ignoring challenges. It means choosing how you respond to them. It means deciding to see the lesson instead of the loss, the opportunity instead of the obstacle. That decision sends a new signal to the body. Instead of danger, the body receives a message of safety, hope, and calm. The result, your heart rate steadies, your breathing deepens. Hormones like dopamine and serotonin start to flow, boosting mood, improving sleep, and even helping the body manage pain better. Positivity builds resilience. It gives your body the mental armor to fight illness and the emotional clarity to recover faster. That's why people who maintain a positive outlook tend to heal quicker from surgeries, respond better to medications, and bounce back from setbacks with more strength. Their bodies aren't fighting against the extra weight of despair. They're working in sync with a mind that believes healing is possible, but here's the thing, just like negativity can become a habit, so can positivity. You have to train it, you have to speak it, think it, and act on it even when you don't feel like it. You build mental strength the same way you build physical strength, through repetition, through consistency. A positive mindset is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets, and as it grows, it begins to shift your chemistry, your energy, and your entire health from the inside out. So many people try to fix their health by only working on the outside, changing diets, starting workouts, taking supplements. All of those are important, yes, but none of them can fully override the damage of a negative mind. If you're feeding your body the best foods but feeding your mind fear and doubt, you're still at war within yourself. It's only when the mind and body are aligned that true health begins to emerge. Positivity isn't just a mindset, it's medicine. And when you start to live from that place, the body takes notice. It begins to repair, to restore, to renew, not because of some miracle cure, but because you've stopped fighting yourself from the inside out. 3. A hopeful mindset promotes healing and resilience. It's more than just a nice phrase. It's a force that shapes how the body reacts to challenges. When hope is present, something shifts in the brain. There's a signal that says, we can get through this. That single belief can trigger the release of healing hormones, improve immune function, and reduce the harmful effects of stress. People who hold onto hope often experience less pain, bounce back faster from illness, and maintain a greater quality of life, even during hard times. It's not that their lives are easier, it's that their minds give their bodies a reason to keep fighting. That inner drive, that refusal to quit, creates a mental environment where healing has space to take place. Hope influences everything from your thoughts to your sleep patterns to the way you interpret symptoms. A person filled with hope looks at their condition and says, "This isn't the end." That mindset keeps them open to solutions. It keeps them engaged with their care. They ask better questions, follow through on treatments, and stay focused on getting better. And that kind of focus matters. The brain and body are always listening to your inner dialogue. If you're constantly saying, "There's no point, this will never change," then the body hears defeat. But when you say, "I don't know how, but I believe something good is coming," your body hears permission to start repairing. That mental shift reduces inflammation, improves cell function, and opens the door for physical recovery. Resilience doesn't mean avoiding pain or pretending things are fine. It means you bend, but you don't break, and hope is the root of that strength. It gives you something to hold on to when everything else feels shaky. It reminds you that pain has a season and that after the night, morning always comes. This kind of perspective doesn't just feel better, it creates better outcomes. Hospitals have found that patients with higher levels of hope tend to recover more quickly, require fewer medications, and have stronger immune responses. That's not just coincidence. That's the mind influencing the body in real time. There's also something powerful that happens when you shift from asking, "Why is this happening to me?" to "What can I learn or create from this?" That shift isn't easy, but it's transformative. It changes you from a passive victim into an active participant in your healing, and when you take ownership of your thoughts, your habits start to shift. You eat better, you move more, you make better choices, not out of fear, but out of faith in the future. That shift fuels the healing process with momentum and meaning. People often look for strength in pills, in procedures, in plans. But one of the greatest forms of strength lies quietly in the heart of someone who still believes in tomorrow. That kind of belief calms the nervous system, improves focus, and reduces anxiety. It clears mental fog and increases the brain's ability to problem, solve, adapt, and stay emotionally balanced. Hope doesn't make the challenge disappear, but it changes how the challenge affects you. It turns chaos into clarity, and with clarity, the body relaxes, the immune system gets to work, and healing becomes more likely. Even in long-term illness or tough recovery, the presence of hope becomes the fuel that keeps the light on. It helps you get out of bed, it helps you try again, it helps you endure, and little by little, those small steps forward begin to rebuild you from the inside out. The body responds not just to medicine or rest, but to belief. The deep belief that you are not finished yet, that something better is still possible, that healing is not just a dream, but a direction worth walking toward for. Gratitude and optimism improve sleep, immunity, and energy. When you begin to train your mind to focus on what's working rather than what's broken, your entire internal chemistry changes. Gratitude isn't just a feel-good emotion, it's a biological signal that tells the body to relax, to heal, and to thrive. People who regularly practice gratitude often experience deeper, more restful sleep. That's because they go to bed with a calm mind instead of one buzzing with worry. When the mind is focused on what's going right, it releases tension, lowers cortisol levels, and sets the stage for quality rest. And good sleep isn't just a luxury, it's the body's repair shop. It's where cells regenerate, the brain detoxifies, and energy is restored for the next day. Optimism works hand in hand with gratitude. An optimistic person doesn't deny the difficulties. They simply believe those difficulties can be overcome. That belief does something powerful to the immune system. It tells it to stay alert, to stay ready. Optimists tend to get sick less often, and when they do, they recover faster. Their immune responses are stronger because they are not living under constant emotional strain. Stress suppresses the immune system. But optimism eases that pressure, creating an internal environment where the body can do its job more effectively. Gratitude also shifts your focus away from lack and directs it toward abundance. This shift reduces feelings of frustration, jealousy, or despair. And when those emotions lose their grip, the body relaxes. Your digestion improves, your muscles stop bracing for conflict, and your brain becomes more efficient. Gratitude has even been linked to reduced inflammation, which plays a major role in conditions like arthritis, heart disease, and autoimmune disorders. It's a ripple effect. What starts in the mind travels through every system of the body. Energy is another area where gratitude and optimism make a huge difference. Negative thinking drains you, worry eats up mental bandwidth, anger burns through emotional fuel, but when you focus on what you're thankful for, when you believe better days are coming, you stop leaking energy. You conserve it. You generate more of it. You wake up with a reason to move, to grow, to act. That sense of purpose, born from an optimistic heart, becomes the fire that pushes you through fatigue. And it's not just in your head. Your body follows. Hormones like endorphins and dopamine increase, boosting mood and motivation naturally. People who develop daily habits of gratitude, writing down what they're thankful for, speaking it out loud, or reflecting on it before sleep, often find that their anxiety drops. Their blood pressure stabilizes, their focus sharpens. These are not small things. They're the building blocks of long-term health. Optimism also protects the brain as we age. It improves cognitive function, reduces the risk of memory loss, and keeps the mind sharp and flexible. When you expect good things, you start looking for them, and when you look for them, you find them. That shift in perception trains the brain to stay alert and engaged, which keeps mental energy flowing strong. There's something else that happens when you live with gratitude and optimism. Your relationships improve, you communicate better, you smile more, you create less conflict, and those things, in turn, reduce stress further. Every positive interaction reinforces a sense of connection, safety, and support. That emotional safety signals to your body that it's okay to release the tension it's been holding. Healing, after all, doesn't happen well in isolation or fear. It thrives in environments of hope, connection, and peace. Gratitude and optimism create that environment internally, whether or not the world outside is perfect. They allow you to live in alignment, in balance, in a state where health isn't just possible, it becomes natural. 5. Training your mind is the first step to transforming your health. The body takes its cues from the mind, whether we realize it or not. Every habit you form, every food you choose, every action you take toward or away from health begins with a thought. Before your feet hit the ground in the morning, your mind has already started shaping your day. If your first thoughts are of dread, stress, or self-criticism, your body prepares for survival, not healing. Your muscles tense, your breath shortens, and your nervous system gears up for battle. But when your mind is trained to begin with intention, with calm, with clarity, the body gets a completely different message. It enters the day in balance, ready to perform, ready to heal, and ready to thrive. Most people try to fix the outside first. More exercise, stricter diets, more supplements, without realizing that their untrained mind keeps sabotaging the process. The mind says, "This won't work," or "I always fail," or "What's the point?" And that message leaks into every effort. You can't build lasting health on top of mental resistance. The body listens to the tone of your thoughts. If that tone is doubtful, stressed, or hopeless, then no matter what health strategy you try, it won't stick. But a trained mind, that's a mind that knows how to focus, how to redirect, how to choose thoughts that support the goal instead of destroying it. Training the mind doesn't mean you never feel negative emotions. It means you learn not to live in them. You learn to notice them, face them, and move through them without letting them take root. That's where real power lies, in the ability to choose your response. When you start paying attention to your self-talk, to the stories you're telling yourself about your body and your future, you gain control over what you allow to grow in your mental space. You can't plant weeds and expect roses. The thoughts you feed become the patterns you live. Mental training also teaches you discipline. It strengthens your ability to stick with healthy routines even when motivation runs out. It keeps you consistent. That consistency compounds, and over time, your body begins to reflect what your mind has been practicing. You sleep better, move more, eat with awareness, and recover faster, not because you're chasing some miracle, but because you've built a foundation that supports the work. And when setbacks come, as they always do, a trained mind doesn't collapse. It adapts, it learns, it finds the lesson, not the excuse. Visualization, affirmations, journaling, breathwork, meditation. These are not just trendy habits. They are tools that strengthen the mental muscle. They rewire your brain to expect growth, not decay, healing, not decline. With a trained mind, even your pain becomes a messenger instead of a master. You begin to ask better questions. Instead of "Why me?" you ask, "What is this trying to teach me?" That shift puts you back in the driver's seat. It reminds your body that it's not stuck, it's in progress. There's a direct connection between mental focus and physical performance. Athletes, performers, and even those recovering from surgery all show better results when they train their minds to believe in the outcome before it arrives. The body doesn't wait for results to start responding. It reacts to belief, and belief is a choice that must be reinforced daily. Just like you wouldn't expect a weak muscle to lift heavy weights, you can't expect an untrained mind to carry you through the challenges of healing. The training must come first. The thoughts must be chosen on purpose, and through that choice, the body receives the direction it needs to begin aligning with health, vitality, and lasting change.